Amy Savani.
And I'm Alyssa Metz, and this is Xavier News.
From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News.
The 16-day government shutdown has finally come to an end. President Barack Obama tweeted early Thursday morning, quote, "The first government shutdown in 17 years is now over," end quote. According to financial ratings from earlier this week, the total cost of the government shutdown is approximately $24 billion and has shaved about 0.06% off the annual GDP growth for 2013. The government shutdown hurt the economy of the United States, losing money nationally in government-run attractions, including national parks, and globally, lowering credibility and increasing the current deficit. In a speech from the White House Thursday, Mr. Obama admitted that Americans are fed up with Washington, but the United States will always bounce back, as we always have.
The Global Slavery Index 2013 reports that there are nearly 30 million enslaved people in 162 countries, including the U.S. In Andhra Pradesh, India, close to 300,000 females have been forced to become sex slaves, and according to police, only 3,000 have returned. Predators lure young girls in from their house with food and lead them to work at brothels. If returned, girls suffer from severe mental as well as physical trauma. Transit homes have been set up for recovery as well as in education and job training. The Cincinnati movement, Unbound Freedom for All, strives to free these young girls. To get involved or for more information, check out www.crossroads.net/India.
Cyberbullying has become a global issue with the convenience of social networking sites like Facebook. Yahoo reports that Facebook is now reducing children's privacy and letting users delete their online information. This change comes after the case of Rebecca Ann Sedgwick, a 12-year-old Florida girl who committed suicide after heavy bullying on Facebook and Kik Messenger. 2 young teen girls have been charged with aggravated stalking in the case. Peter Davies, chief executive of the Child Exploitation and Online Protection Center, says, quote, "The medium is not to blame. What is to blame is human behavior," end quote. Now we will hear from Joe, who explored the brand new Xavier Child's Play Club.
On Sunday, September 29th, Xavier University's Child's Play held their first ever event. Child's Play is a new club on campus that raises money for children's hospitals through various video gaming events.
Specifically, what we do is hold gaming nights that aim towards getting donations for the kids, and it's more for their long-term stay children and getting them things that make it seem like they're children again.
In their first event, Power Up, gamers participated in many Mario-themed games such as Mario Kart, Mario Party, and Super Smash Bros., as well as the outrageous card game Cards Against Humanity, which is similar to Apples, but has an adult twist.
Is everybody in? Okay. What's that smell? Crystal meth. Crippling debt. Helplessly giggling at the mention of Huttis and Tutsis.
Oh no! Oh god, no, that's not
Destroying
funny.
the evidence. Poor people. Keanu Reeves. Becoming a blueberry.
Child's Play also has a way to make sure that all the funds they donate to the children are put to good use.
So Cincinnati Children's will request items, and as a club we can specifically pick out with the money we get from fundraising and donations what we want to give to them.
Whether you're a competitive gamer or just looking to have some fun, keep in mind you can also help some kids who would like to do so as well. I'm Joe Poda, reporting for Xavier News.
After a rise in the use of bath salts and a drug called Molly, desmorphine, or the quote zombie drug, end quote, has worked its way into America. This flesh-eating drug is said to eat a person from the inside out, with a common side effect of green or black scaly skin. Last weekend, CNN reported that 5 people in a Chicago suburb were admitted to the hospital to be treated for similar symptoms. However, there are no current cases of this abuse known in the U.S. The drug is common in Russia as well as at the Ukraine. as it is cheaper to buy because it's composed of codeine and other chemicals.
The Microsoft company released Windows 8.1 for free download early yesterday. Windows 8.1 is said to bridge the gap between tablets and PCs. Some major changes for Microsoft 8.1 are on-screen keyboard swipes, gesture-enabled apps, automatic updates, and picture editing. The company is currently growing as it struck a deal to acquire Nokia's phone and patent rights for more than $7 billion. The Windows update can be found in the Windows App Store.
The 9th annual Bosom Ball for Breast Cancer was held Thursday night at Madison Theater in Covington, with radio station Q102 hosting various artists including Walk Off the Earth, American authors, and ZZ Ward headlined the Breast Cancer Awareness Month event. The event raised funds for multiple charities, including the Susan G. Komen Foundation and the American Cancer Society. Previous years collected close to $197,000 for the cause. Well, that's all from this desk. Up next is Allie Martin with the Sports Report.
Hello everybody, I'm Allie Martin and welcome to another edition of the Xavier Sports Report. In primetime, the women's volleyball team finished their 5-game homestand with a 4-1 record. This past Friday, they had an exciting 5-set Big East win against Butler. After battling out the first 4 sets, the Lady Muskies took a quick 7-2 lead in the 5th, forcing the Bulldogs to use a timeout. They kept their momentum going and closed out the set and match 15-9. Abby Bessler led the team with a match high of 22 kills and 10 digs. That's Bessler's 12th double-double this season. The women's volleyball team then cruised through Morehead State this past Tuesday with an easy 3-set win. Sarah Brown had a phenomenal match and reached her match high of 22 digs, which pushed her past a career-high 1,000 digs. The Lady Muskies are currently first in the Big East with a 4-1 record and 12-7 overall. Next, they take on Crenton in Omaha, Nebraska today at 8 p.m. Now switching over to the field, the men's soccer team captured themselves a Big East victory over Georgetown this past Saturday. Will Walker found the back of the net twice and helped lead the team to a 2-1 win. After Will's impressive week, he earned a spot on the Big East Honor Roll and was named to the College Soccer News National Team of the Week. Eric Oswald and Jalen Brown also earned Big East Goalkeeper and Rookie of the Week. Congratulations, boys. The Muskies now have an overall 6-5-2 record heading into tomorrow's game against St. John's in Queens, New York. Now in the pool, the Xavier swim team had its second and third meet of the season. The Muskies faced a talented Louisville squad, with unfortunately both the men's and the women's teams falling to the Cardinals. However, both teams redeemed themselves at the University of Cumberland this past Saturday by sweeping the Patriots. All swimmers contributed, showing promising performances and times for the future season. Next, the Muskies take on our crosstown rival, the UC Bearcats, today at 5 p.m. Now it's about that time of the year where many of our Xavier fans are getting excited and ready for the upcoming basketball season. Musketeer Madness is right around the corner, and both the men and the women's teams are already working hard in preparation for the season. However, this year the women's team has been undergoing some changes after Amy Waugh, the head coach for 2 years, resigned. Luckily for the girls, the change should be an easy adjustment because to replace Waugh is the third-year assistant Brian Neal. He previously was the head coach of Thomas More, compiling an overall record of 171 wins and 34 losses. With a new coach and a new season ahead of them, the Big East Conference and College Sports Madness announced their 2013-2014 Big East preseason all-conference teams. Seniors, Shatira Hawks was named the CMS Big East All-Conference fourth team, and Ashley Waniger earned the Big East honorable mention. For the men's basketball team, sophomore guard and All-American candidate Samaj Christian has been named preseason first team All-Big East. That honor is the latest in a growing list of preseason honors for Christian, who also has been named as a preseason third team All-American by NBCSports.com. The men and the women's season kicks off on October 25th at the Musketeer Madness Big East Tip-Off Party. The event is part of the Big East Tip-Off Party on Fox 1 Sports and will be broadcasted that night from 9 to 11 p.m. Fox Sports 1 is the home of the Big East Conference, and all 10 teams will be featured with coverage. The event is free to the public, and the madness kicks off in the Cintas Center at 7 p.m. Both basketball teams will be introduced, followed by skills competitions, and conclude with an intra-squad scrimmage for both teams. The Xavier Pep Band and cheerleaders will also be on hand to help kick off the season during family weekend. So students, don't forget to pick up your tickets because you definitely don't want to miss out. Well, that's it for another edition of the Xavier Sports Report. Best of luck to all our Xavier athletes out there this weekend. And on behalf of everyone in the studio, I'm Allie Martin. Have a great weekend.